Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Toolbox Tuesday. Happy spring to you all. Oh my goodness, it's March 21st. And today is episode number 38. Oh my goodness. Yeah, welcome. Feeling a little bit tired today and just basking in still the amazingness of the weekend that I just came out of. Wow, just so much to say and so much to share today. Yeah, what a beautiful weekend. I had the opportunity to go on a women's retreat this weekend with 20 amazing women. Facilitated by Akaya and Jacqueline. If you want to learn more about it, you can go on my Facebook page. But yeah, I had the opportunity to be part of an amazing team of women that, it was so deep, beautiful, and transformational. I still can't even put words to it, to be honest. This was my 7th retreat that I've had the opportunity to be part of. And, this is my 7th opportunity to be on a retreat and the 3rd that I've had the opportunity to help facilitate. And I'm always amazed when we bring people together and create space, how much healing can happen. And I think what shows up for me, and I'm very guilty of this, is that I feel like we're just so busy in our days sometimes, busy, going, busy, that we actually don't create space for ourselves to just integrate and be with ourselves and just get to even know ourselves. And I think that is the beautiful thing when we can, whatever way that looks like for you, it doesn't need to be even a weekend away. It can be blips and moments and minutes even throughout your day where you just pause and just be. But I'm always amazed when we can create time to come together and share our stories and be heard and be seen and realize that actually we're not the only ones that have gone through certain traumas or stuff from our childhood or whatever. And all of a sudden we're sitting there realizing, oh my God, I'm not the only one. And oh my goodness, I'm not alone. And it's so beautiful to see this unfold. Richard Rudd, I've talked about him last time when I spoke of grace, and I'm doing the 7 days of grace, which I'm just seem to be repeating because it's so beautiful. He also speaks of the gene keys, and he talks about this when we create space. This is where the transformation happens. Again, we can't transform or do better when we're just being busy all the time. But if we can slow down and pause and create these times of reflection or times to just be, that's where the downloads come or the transformation happens. And so, we talked a lot about that this weekend. It's not about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right. It's not about any of that. It's about being imperfect and loving all parts of ourselves. And I guess this is the whole theme of the weekend that showed up over and over. It's about being perfectly imperfect. There is just so much beauty that came out of this weekend. I think women in particular are guilty, and I am too, of, making sure, you're dressed right and your hair is done right and your makeup is done right and everything is do, and everything is organized. But what if we could be okay with the messy parts of ourselves too? And what if we were even okay of exposing those messy parts of ourselves to others? And what if in the slowing down and creating space to share those messy parts of ourselves, other people also get permission to do that? And then we realize that it's not about being perfect. So how do you create space to be with yourself? Do you go for a walk in the forest? Do you journal? Do you maybe like to meditate? Do you like to get on the phone and talk with a friend, a girlfriend, or a guy friend, whatever that looks like? Do you take a weekend away with a group of women? Or do you take a weekend away and do just by yourself? Or do you go to a women's group? Do you go to a men's group? How do you create space for yourself? How do you allow time to be and allow those transformations to happen when how do we slow down and not be busy? So yeah, I feel like I just could talk on this topic forever, but I think it's really important that when we remember to create space, be with all the messy parts of ourselves, and learn to love all parts of ourselves. That is my big takeaway for this weekend. I also want to do a big shout out to my son Nolan, who yesterday got on a train to travel across Canada by himself. I think he had a moment where he called us last night where he was feeling really tearful and a little bit apprehensive, and I even celebrate him for that, because he could have just swallowed that sadness and just kept moving forward, but he was brave enough to pick up the phone and say, "Oof, Dad, this is really hard and I miss you guys already." And but he's still going. He's on the train and he's heading to Montreal. I'm so incredibly proud of him. So way to go, Nolan. Enjoying this beautiful space for both Abigail and I now for the next week, with Marty being away at work. And so some little girls' time, which is fantastic. And so again, I ask you, what do you do to create space for yourself? Because if we know when we create space for ourselves, that's when the transformation and the downloads happen. We know that those times are important. So sending love to all of you. Welcome spring. Welcome flowers. Welcome the bees, all the beautifulness, the growth coming out of the ground, and so many new beginnings. Sending love to you all. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.